Yeah,
Sponsor.
might check it out when I have cash money to splash.
Cash money to splash. And it's up right here from Team Acer. This is Bly.
And his opponent in the bottom left in the red from Team Liquid, it's Snute. Currently one up in the series. Looking to close it out.
Incredible ZVZ player.
Yeah.
Another incredible ZVZ player is Betrayus, who Snute handily dealt with in the WCS EU qualifiers, which is sad face for all of us. Obviously, we want to see Betrayus do well. But Snute's just... he's a monster.
Yeah, he's actually probably one of the favorites to win this tournament overall, I think.
I would say so, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of sick players in here, but Snute's one of the big standouts in this case. And he looked pretty good against Bly in that last game, so I wouldn't be too surprised if he won it. Not to say that Bly is like a pushover or anything, he's certainly not.
Oh, absolutely not. That was actually a very close game, as we mentioned at the end of game one. Bly could have easily won that game if Snute wasn't perfect.
A bit of back and forth in that match. Hopefully we get a similar thing going on here. Bly's actually taking a pretty chill approach to his ZVZ this time around, which is nice to see, because last time I saw him play it was very hard and fast ZVZ, lots of early Ling Bane and whatnot. These guys seem very evenly matched in the macro game, and I think Bly plays Muta very, very well, which is refreshing, because no one really likes to watch roaches just butt heads for like half an hour.
I'm kind of finding a little bit of appreciation in it as time goes on, because when you see players like Pig and Snute, of course, they're just so genius and well timed with their the attack timings and the concaves and the positioning. That's when Roach headbutt is actually cool. Like when you're like, I knew this was coming and I'm smart and all sort of stuff. That entertains me. Of course, I still prefer Ling Bane, but there's still beauty in the Roach headbutt.
Yeah, there is, and there's like subtle variations in the style as well. You got the Korean style Roach, and that's very much never transition out of Roach, just Roach, and then more Roaches. That's sort of the style that King Kong might play. If you watch him versus Pig, you see that very slight difference in the in those play styles, because he will stick with the Korean style Roach, whereas Pig he'll be more keen to transition into Infestors, into Hydras and whatnot. So yeah, there's some interesting differences in it. We'll see if we get to that point in this game, or if we're going to stick with maybe a Ling Bane sort of base thing once again. Only time will tell.
We don't know just yet. Looks like Bly's going to go for a third hatchery pretty quickly. Gearing up a bit of money. No, never mind. Gonna pump it out. There you go. Snute's chasing that Blyling. The Blyling gets in the main, has a good look.
Bit of a perv.
Bit of a perv. Well said.
Yeah. And he does get a really good look at what he's got. So he knows that he's not going to be in for any surprises. There wasn't a gas before the pool, before hatchery or anything like that. And he doesn't have to worry about like a super early speedling attack or anything like that. So he can just go home, chill out. He tends to delay his Spine and Baneling Nest quite a bit. Whereas Snute goes for his a little bit earlier, so he does have the potential to do an attack if he wants.
It's so similar to the last game. Both players getting speed at the same time. Snute going for an earlier hatchery and getting a Baneling Nest far before Bly is. And scouting here, not seeing a Baneling Nest this time, so that's the slight difference here between 1 and 2. Bly going to push out a few more drones instead.
Yeah. It's always a bit tricky in ZVZ when you've both got a full scout off on what each other's doing, and you see that you're basically doing the same thing. From there, you have to kind of figure out, okay, how do I get an edge over this guy? What can I actually do? And Snute, in this case, is actually going to go for the aggressive option. He's pumping out a few links. Going to head across the map with those. They do have speed, of course, and more for a couple of Banelings. Bly!
Bly, all over it.
Yeah.
Like white on rice. Too good. Snute coming down with some lings, so Bly knows what he's up against. Does Bly have the tools to be able to deal with this?
I think he does.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of links
here.
2 queens for the defense as well. He can target down those Banelings. Looks like he might get one very quickly here. Snute doesn't quite have so many lings. A lot of them are still traveling across the map. 2 Banelings have now been taken out before doing anything
they got
at
past
all.
the queens! Oh, they hit a big cluster of the Zerglings there.
Second one does go down. Can he get the queen? Already gets two queens out of that as well.
Now, he lost all these Balings and he lost his army, but he did get 2 queens, so if he lives against this counterattack from Bly, doesn't take too much damage, I'd say Snoot's in a pretty good spot.
Yeah, he's doing pretty well. Snute going for the Evo Chamber as well, a bit more Sim City. Bly wants to cancel on this, and he might just get it. That's a lot of damage to that hatchery. I don't think he'll keep it there as a cancel. Lots of queens coming out once again. I really like these queens from Snute. I'm gonna have to try this, man.
Yeah,
some serious OP going on.
It's a good unit.
Yeah, Snute actually supply blocked here for a moment. Needs to dish out some juicy overlords. Going for the Carapace before anything else. Helps out against Baneling hits. Helps you win Ling engagements too. Now going for his own deny on Bly's third base. This is getting a little bit crazy.
Scrappy as hell. I love it. This is the ZVZ I love. It's like a knife fight.
Bly trying to buy time for his roaches to come out. Looks like he will be cancelling his third base there. And there we go.
There's a lot of Lings left over. He might try and go for the natural as well.
He good. He's got Banelings to lead. The Banelings of Bly haven't finished yet, but he sees the roaches now. Has to back off. Snute, the first one to head into that lair tech now. He's sticking with... Yeah, he's sticking with only Lings. So he has to be a little bit careful without a Roach Warren. Bly is coming across the map right now.
So he's getting +1 attack with third hatchery. He's only got 2 gases for the time being, so definitely going to try and get a ton of roaches out. Does need to hold this counterattack. He's making banelings. He's got a lot of queens, as we mentioned. So that's the tools that he needs to deal with this. The roaches are the scary part. They really put the punch in this attack. The banelings, obviously, with incredible splash damage as well. He wants to get a cluster with the roaches. The roaches aren't split, so the banelings are actually doing a lot of damage to them.
Destroyed, in fact, but there's still a lot of banelings left over. This is where the queens are so useful. Where are the transfusers? He can front a lot of the hits with those. Lings dancing backwards and forwards, and he will clean this up without too much trouble at all. Beautiful hold.
Snute! Oh, God. So good. The third hatchery, though. Bly's got it in his crosshairs. Lots of Lings all over it.
Yeah, he's absolutely not done yet. He knows that he's in a little bit of trouble if Snute has that third base up and running before he does. Spying Crawler's coming in to help defend against that, so unless he wants to waste all those banelings on the hatchery, I don't think he's really going to be able to get this down. In fact, would that even be enough banelings? I don't think it will be.
Good trade for Snute. This many banelings coming in here. These 2 queens, one very, very hurt. Looking to get that kill on it.
What is he trying to do?
That's 1 spine crawler at the back.
I don't think that... I don't like that move.
There's still 2 more at the front. This counterattack from Snute is going to kill his third hatchery.
Man,
and
Snute...
trying to sneak past these roaches. He wants to get past the spine crawler. They are still getting touched up by it, though. And Snute has his own roaches now. That supply of Snute starting to shoot up a little bit. Spire follow-up from Bly, but he's lost his third hatchery. You're going to spire on 2 bases against a guy with 3 base roach? I don't think so.
I think if he doesn't get this third base, or he can't do any significant damage, then it's kind of over for Bly. He's lost his third at least twice. I mean, he's lost it once and cancelled it once. Yeah, they can't really do much. There's spine crawlers all over the place. And Snute is now so comfy, he's back to droning. He's still got a lot of Lings out on the map. And, well, maybe the Spire is the magic weapon for Bly. That might pull him back into it.
That's right. We'll have to see what he can do here. He can't lose his third hatchery again. If he loses this third hatchery again, he's completely over.
Yeah, there's just nothing he can do. Snute does have to be a little bit wary of the Spire, though. And it's a bit late. You wouldn't really expect it after he's made so many Lings and Roaches that he's actually going for a Spire behind it. But surely he's familiar with Bly's playstyle as well, so it shouldn't be a massive surprise.
Yep, Lings heading into the natural here. Lings of Bly has a lot of Lings. They might go into the main. They are into the main, splitting off, dealing with the drones in the natural while going for the main. And this is a nice move here from Bly.
Yeah, this is the kind of thing that gets him back on track, and we saw him do it last game. Nice hold position on the drones. Can't quite save the queen, but that's okay, because he has plenty more where those came from.
That was like 30 Lings, though, and he only killed 4 drones.
Ah, that's a bit brutal.
The roaches hatched right in their face. I think that's what happened there. It looked like it was going to be a lot more effective than it was.
14 more roaches on the way for Snute.
This is where Snute hits before the Muta Cloud becomes a problem, with 14 roaches +1 and roach speed. Are you kidding me, Zeph?
Yeah.
How do you stop that?
With great difficulty. There's a few roaches out for Bly. He's pumping out a few more, so he might be able to hold it. But it may be that Snute decides to just sit back and wait for his +2, because he's got the third base. He should be ahead, but the problem is he wasn't prepared for these mutas. This could be Bly's ticket back into this game. He's supply blocked at the moment. Needs to keep his macro up behind this, and then he'll be looking really good.
Nice. The muta's doing a lot of drone damage here. The army of Snute needs to be stopped, though, and I think the mutas would help a lot with that if they were following down the map.
So many drones are dying. He's killed 25 workers, and that number's only going to rise from here. All the queens have gone down as well.
Bly needs to hold these roaches, and if he can hold the roaches, he wins. He's done a lot of economic damage with his mutas. Still a lot of upgraded roaches here for Snute pushing in. Gotta go for the kill. Both players are gonna try and kill each other at the same time. The drone's being pulled here for Bly in the natural.
Spinecrawler's doing a ton of damage to these roaches, but so many drones on Bly's end getting shredded as well. I think the mutas are done with their killing, even though they've taken out 40 drones. Is there enough here for him to finish this game? More drones getting taken out in the main as the rest of the roaches get split off.
The mutas are coming home, and Bly is back up to 30 drones. Snute also on 30 drones, so both players have done incredible damage to each other, but the game will continue.
Yeah, and Bly has a third base now, so they're kind of evened out. These mutas still have endless utility. They can go around, pick off some more overlords. They can continue to try and pick off queens, rallying drones, any units. And yeah, that was actually a really nice move by Bly, forcing Snute to head across the map with the roaches and just do some counter damage.
Heading across the map. The spores are going down for Snute. He's trying to lock it down. Spinecrawler's being taken out here. Going for the drones again. Spores are in position now, though.
Yeah, they certainly are.
Mutas, please.
Oh,
Please,
oh
mutas, please.
gosh, what are you doing?
Please.
What are you doing?
I think that's looking at the three. He lost 3
Ouch.
mutas there.
Gotta be careful, man. These mutas.
They're keeping him in the game.
Yeah,
they're what kept him from dying in the beginning there. But I mean, if
so
Snute did
good
that
at
much drone damage and these mutas did nothing, I mean, he'd be down 30 drones.
He certainly would.
Snoot slings are just kind of chilling, waiting to die. Now they're on the attack. There we go.
Alright. Okay, well, let's see what these lings in the main can do. They can certainly pick off a couple of drones here and there. Roaches coming in from Bly to help defend against that. And basically any workers he could pick off are going to be great. He's now overtaken Bly's worker killed count, and he's 10 ahead on drones, so somehow Snoot's managed to recover a little bit more easily than Bly.
Trying to get down here for the third, but once again, so many queens here from Snute. Knocks him back.
Yeah, he's going to have to take a chill pill. Both players are still just trying to find their feet. Again, Bly is doing a fantastic job with these mutas. There's still a couple of overlords he could pick off, if nothing else. Good use of the Overseer as well, denying the creep so that these mutas can't... queens, rather, can't come across the map. I'm not doing very well with my English today.
It's a tough language.
It is. It's a little tricky.
Fourth hatchery going down here for Bly.
Good move,
it's
too.
It's very naked to Ling run bys, but Snute obviously has no idea that that's gone down yet.
Yeah, and that's, again, the beauty of mutas. He's got complete map control right now. Snute only has a little bit of vision. He's using one overlord at the moment to scout the natural of Bly. Oh, he's found the gold mine.
Yeah, the overlord gold mine, the cluster. Following some roaches out down to the natural. Might get a queen kill or two as they come back down. His mutas can't overstay their welcome.
Whoa, man. I don't think he was expecting that many queens to come up, since he has killed so many in this game. In fact, he's killed 11 queens of Snoots so far.
I think Bly is actually kind of okay with the mutas dying. Like, the mutas can't really do any more harassment anymore because Snoot's locked it down so hard. He's just been making roaches and getting those upgrades up for his own roaches. So, because Snute is up +1 on his roaches, about to get +2. He's so far ahead in the upgrades. Bly, however, going to try and even the score by using those mutas to clear up the map vision, which he's been doing a really great job of. And obviously harassing as well, but there is still a very scary roach army from Snute that's on the map, and he's getting pathogenic glands, which means the infestors are out soon as well. Bly gonna get Hydra Den.
Yeah, a really good point. I mean, these mutas are kind of, they've run their course, but they're still valuable in the sense they can do that. They can deny the fourth, whereas Bly's is finished. He's gonna have that econ to fund his Hydras. Snute, he's gonna really want that fourth base soon. He's trying to get both infestors and Hydras. He'll want to do a push. He's got +2 finishing up, so he still has a really nice window if he wants to go with his infestors here, and then maybe go for another one with the Hydras after.
The mutas are actually aware of this other fourth being taken by Snute, so they could attack that. There's no creep
Yeah.
threat there, really. Oh,
Okay,
big attack from Bly
in.
here. There's a lot more roaches from Snute, though. I'm not sure about this attack.
No, not sure at all. I think he misjudged how much Snute actually has, and he's going to get locked down by fungus as well, so he can't actually run away. He's going to lose a lot of these roaches, and this is the perfect time for Snute to hit, even without the hydras.
Yeah, and the hydras are on the way, actually. Hydra den's finished for Snute and for Bly as well. Bly just making roaches at this point. Snute's starting to pepper in some hydras into that composition. He doesn't have quite enough to move up against the mutas yet, though. He can't send everything across the map just yet until there's a hydra ball. Looks like Bly's got his targets, his crosshairs set on that fourth hatchery. Snute knows about it, though.
I keep forgetting about the mutas. Like, he actually just can't move out without the hydras because they're going to get rid of the infestors. And yeah, that fourth base is in a bit of trouble, but I don't think there's enough damage to the mutas to whereby he couldn't take that roach for us. But better to be safe than sorry anyway, of course.
Bunch of hydras out now for Snute on the way. And once the hydra's finished, I think Snute's going to try and go for a kill blow here.
Yep. Oh, this is a bit of an awkward position.
Actually, a lot of the roaches at the back didn't engage. They got fungled there, but Snute is going to choke, and Bly has a concave.
Yeah, great. Oh, okay. Snute is suddenly taking a really good engagement here. The hydras have come in as well, so the mutas can no longer target down the infestors. This cluster of roaches heading towards the third is not long for this world. The other half of the army has been dealt with as well.
Snute's just going to clean this up.
He is. I think...
Bly making 34 more roaches, though.
How many?
That's more roaches.
He's going to have double the roach count, but if Snute replenishes with a few hydras as well, the DPS... Oh yeah, that's true, so that's the infestors, so that's going to make up for the roach difference.
Yeah. Well, and the fact that he has +2 and that Bly doesn't have +2. This is a good engagement for Bly, but Snute's coming back and he's reinforcing here. There's more coming across the map for Snute. He's going to power through this eventually.
Yeah, he certainly is heading up into the third and fourth base location. Going to sit between there. You can kind of cut off rallies between those two hatcheries and threaten both at once. Bly has a nice concave there though, so Snute not too sure about committing just yet before all his units are here.
There we go, the infestors coming to the party with a lot of energy. It's a few fungals there, Zeph.
Yeah, there are a few hydras coming in for Bly in larger numbers as well. Those are going to be really sick.
He really needs them. +2 almost done here for Bly, and when +2 is done, he can contend with this army, even with the fungals and with the hydra count, the superiority of Snute. He can contend with it because it'll be just as powerful. Snute's getting +1 attack, armor, pulling off and getting a queen on the left here, cutting into the production, getting some hydras that have just hatched.
Army's just not as big though. Like Snute's maxed out, well, almost maxed out. And Bly is down at 130 supply. He's struggling to get this army together to hold it off. So he's pumping solely hydras. I quite like that decision. Gonna lose the fourth base though. Snute is up behind us.
Yeah, cancelled production there on that hatchery because Snute will just eat up everything that comes there. It's like Bly trying to set up either a counter attack or yeah, he is burrowed roaches heading across the map trying to do some econ damage. Snute might have spotted that though with some overseers. He's pulling back home.
Yeah, sneaky snick. He must have seen it, right? Like. I'm not sure where he saw it or how he saw it, but he's heading back to the right position to defend against this. So hopefully this doesn't do too much damage to Snute because he's so close to just closing it out. He has so much supply. It looks like Bly's going for a distraction down at that fourth base. Oh, actually, I thought he was going to push on the other side at the same time, but he's actually just going to take the gold instead, which is a pretty nice move as well.
Getting some drone kills here, always nice. Spying crawlers haven't landed yet. When the floor does, we won't be able to burrow and escape.
Certainly. It's actually missing an overseer here. He can't find this.
They will if it unburrows.
Yeah, but this fourth base is fine. He doesn't actually even have to hunt those roaches down, really. You'd only really attack the fourth or third bases because they have the most mining at the moment. And with that static defense, it's not going to be too much of an issue.
Yes, indeed. The roaches... Well, the army of Snute is looking decidedly more powerful here with +3 on the way, getting the Overlord speed and also Baneling speed. Keep them Banelings rolling. So getting those into your composition is so good. You can get them to hit the hydras, especially on creep. Very hard to micro hydras against Baneling bolts. Taking out all the hydralisks and all those squishy glass cannons at the back of your army means that and yours are still alive. You get to do that sick damage to all the roaches. That's where all the DPS comes from.
Yeah. All right. Well, it's going to be really hard for Bly to ever really attack into Snute. He's just ahead in so many ways. He's going to have another base on him as well. I would actually like to see Snute maybe get Burrow himself, though, and start trying to employ the same tactics as Bly. Because that would be one way to close this game out a little bit more quickly before he actually recovers, you know, gets a better bank, gets a better econ, and can match his reinforcement, match his army composition. Because he can certainly turn this around. He can still win if you sit back for too long.
Yeah, I mean, the longer you don't get touched, the more ways you can catch up with your opponent. There's only so many bases you can take on this game, and if your opponent takes as many as you and gets those upgrades, and you know it's great. But the bank here for Snute is probably what's going to put him ahead in this game. He's up 20 supply. He's supply locked Bly as well, and he's going for this big attack. And with this bank,
this might be the end.
Oh my god, yeah, this is so scary.
Massive concave from Snute. Now, it doesn't matter how many Hydras you have if you don't have any Roach buff before the melee.
Fungled.
Be careful.
Roaches aren't I mean, the Hydras
oh, God.
The Fungles, that's a lot of Hydras getting locked down here.
Oh, she gets
an infestor. Too.
But for
6 Hydras,
yeah,
good trade.
Not too bad. Oh, very nice ones from the high ground. He doesn't have enough to finish it off, though. And it looks like Snute, is he going to head home to defend? He might just do that, because if he gets rid of that army, that's pretty much game. There's not going to be anything left for Bly. He's making 16 more roaches. Really not a problem for Snute at this point in the game. He's got a sick bank. Continue to make lots of units. See how much damage this can do.
That's right. The Hydra's heading into the main, so Bly trying to go for the huge damage here, but I'm not sure Snoot's going to let it happen. He's killed a natural hatchery, and Snute doesn't even care if he has to go all the way home here, because he's not going to let the same damage happen to him.
Oh, certainly not. Oh. Infested. Terran's actually looking down the infestors, but it's too much.
GG, well played. Snute takes a 2-0 over Bly.